by attending this meeting, I have consented to being recorded, huh?
That's true. You have. Did you want to
Wow.
sing again?
No, I do not. I'm not a
You wanna-
singer. I never have been a singer.
Do you want to have a holly jolly Christmas?
In it
case
is
you
not the
didn't hear.
best time of year, and
I agree.
something about cheer. I can't remember the next line after that.
You think I would have this shit memorized with how my kids love it, but that's that Christmas music. But I can't stand Christmas music even to this day. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, I don't hate it.
I've always hated Christmas music, even when I was a kid.
I've got them like you've picked the one song, I think, that one of the few songs that I haven't memorized that are Christmas songs. So otherwise, the majority of them I've memorized, just by sheer repetition.
I'm sure if I was playing like the music or something, we would probably burst into song and do just fine. But we don't want to do that to these poor listeners. They don't need to hear our voices doing that. They're going to hear our voices.
I made up for my musical talents in instrumentation, not as voice.
Wrapping your mouth around a horn.
Yeah, my wrapping my mouth around things just doesn't.
A nice wood.
Yeah, I guess I've done that with instruments. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Some black wood. Mm-hmm. So.
Is that what it was? I always thought it was regular colored wood, but the was the instrument itself wood? I always thought it was metal.
No. Well, so
your clarinet. The clarinet was black.
Well,
right? And then you did sax.
Yep. But all the mouthpieces are wood. Okay.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yep. But there's a caveat. The clarinet that I own is not black. It's silver.
Oh, that's right. I remember you posing with it in like some pictures or something like that. Especially the sax. I remember your senior
saxophone.
Picture.
Yes. The
posed with the sax.
Clarinet was the clarinet I have is awful. Okay, it would be pretty for display, but it is not an instrument that should be played.
Do you feel that way about clarinets in general, or about yours in specific?
Mine specifically. I mean, there's some you can get some amazing sounds out of those instruments, but with clarinets, I mean, some of the things they do with them is just amazing. But my clarinet just sucks.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have yours out on display or anything like that, or do you just have them in a case in a back room?
They're in cases in the back room. I don't have a stand for them.
Yeah.
That might be something to think about doing though.
Yeah, if you care, if you still have any feelings for that, like there's not a lot from high school I would put out on display.
Well, I mean, I think, I have a nice little ledge that would be perfect for it to display them.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Because I could put them in front of the fireplace has a little step.
Yeah.
In front of it. It'd be perfect just to set them on.
A mantle.
I don't know if I thought a mantle was like what went around the fireplace.
I don't know. I'd be honest, the level of caring that I have for that is minimal.
Well, I thought you cared more about those sort of things, Rach. I seriously
think it's interesting. Oh my gosh. Jacob, how have you been?
I have been okay, I suppose.
Yeah,
how have you been?
I don't know. It's the same shit. This year has been the weirdest. It is such a weird year. Like in some ways, this year has been.
We've had
an amazing, affirming, reinvigorating year, and in other ways, it has been one of the worst years in many, many years. So, I mean, I think losing your job and being unemployed for closing in on 4 months now is terrifying, and then you tack on the whole living with somebody who I discussed thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's fine. I'm doing okay overall, all things considered.
They've
but
had a pretty crazy year. I will say
it has
that.
been nuts. It is a weird year. You know what? Hopefully this next year I'm gonna lock in a job and a new job, and
Mhm.
everything will move on fine.
Yeah.
That's just once I get that unemployment back under my feet, then the rest of my life can come back together. It's just that.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
so insane how much losing your job can just totally fuck you. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's
I
not
don't.
that insane, but it's
Well, when it comes to like jobs and things, I don't like to monkey with them too much. I mean,
no, certainly not.
that's your livelihood. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to monkey with that too much. So, oh, I saw Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes last night too.
I don't know what that is. Tell me.
So you remember the Hunger Games, right?
Oh, it's the prequel. Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
No, okay. I heard about that.
It's very interesting to me. I think there's a lot of things they touch upon, but they don't exactly completely explore.
Okay.
So it kind of makes the plot, like the story, a little bit hard to grasp. But Peter Dinklage is in it, if you didn't know.
I did know. I
Okay.
actually have watched 2 movies in the last week that I had never seen before, and the fact that I had never seen them before might be
Shocking.
a surprise to you.
Yeah.
And I guess the second one I haven't finished yet. I have 30 minutes left. But
Mm.
and those movies are Star Trek 2,
Okay.
Wrath of Khan, and Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
So you're doing the original series.
Yeah, my lady friend
Wow.
and I, that's what we've decided to be doing on our Friday nights. So she's way
So,
into Trek,
mhm.
so
So
especially like classic stuff. So
I'm gonna go nerd out on you a little bit here, okay? I have
okay,
to since you brought it up.
I know your parents were
Mhm.
into OG Trek. So
Yes, they are. And my favorite is The Undiscovered Country. Okay, which is
okay,
the last one.
okay.
Um, that's a guilty pleasure. It's a good film, okay, but it doesn't beat Wrath of Khan.
I'm enjoying Wrath of Khan. I enjoyed Wrath
Hmm.
of Khan and Search for Spock quite a bit.
Hmm.
I think that the one thing that takes me back on them is that like they don't feel like a cinematic experience to me. They feel like an extended episode,
Yeah, kinda. I can see that.
kinda
Hmm.
like, especially
Mhm.
because some Trek episodes are just long, like hour long. Not an hour, like what,
Hmm.
45 minutes when you cut out the commercials or whatever.
Right.
But like, so it's just like a double length episode in some cases,
Hmm.
and that's not a criticism. I
Right.
just the difference between what I expect from TV and what I expect from those was, I mean, it really just felt like more of classic Trek, and that's a good thing, I think,
Hmm.
especially when it comes to those. It's just a more impactful, dramatic story.
Okay. Um, The Voyage Home is a really good one. Okay. I'm telling you
Okay.
that now. The odd ones aren't as good as the even ones. Okay.
I've heard that, but I'm
Hmm.
enjoying the Search for Spock.
Yeah, Search for Spock
Uh,
is probably the best odd one.
yeah, and she really, really likes the first one, Star Trek, the motion picture.
Really?
So yeah, she really likes that one. We skipped it because she feels that that movie is better if you're more familiar with the characters.
Yeah,
And I'm only
but
casually familiar with them all. Like I've seen episodes, like I know who everybody is, but
mhm.
like I don't. These are
I,
more like
I'm gonna
like
challenge you
yeah,
to after. Okay, so you've seen Wrath of Khan.
yes.
Okay, I would challenge you to go back and watch Star Trek Into Darkness now.
Okay. Yeah, I do intend to go back to watch the '09
Eh,
series of
yeah,
movies, I guess is what they
right.
call it.
They
I
call
don't
it
know.
They call it the Calvin timeline. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I liked I really liked the first movie. I saw
Because
the second one and I don't remember anything about it, and then I didn't see the others. Wasn't there two more?
well, there's only three of the Calvin timeline. Okay, there's Star Trek, Star Trek in the Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. They've been really trying to. They can't get the fourth one off the ground.
Okay.
But there's a lot of parallelisms between Star Trek Into Darkness.
I mean, I know
and
that
Wrath of Khan.
Benedict Cumberbatch is basically Khan. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
But once you because now that you've seen Wrath of Khan, you're gonna be like, oh shit, this because there's a lot of Easter eggs that are dropped in that.
Okay.
That you wouldn't have picked up the first time around watching it because you never saw Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan is probably, in my opinion, the best one.
That's what most people say.
Yep. It's not my favorite, but it's probably the best one. 3, Search for Spock, has Christopher Lloyd in it. I don't know if you recognized it yet.
Yes, I recognized him immediately. He's the Klingon leader guy.
Which I thoroughly enjoy.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
I enjoy it because Christopher Lloyd
in a good way. I mean,
yes.
in the best possible way. Like he's doing it. You're supposed to hate him, and I do.
Yes. It's one of I like it because it's one of the more serious roles that he has taken on, where he's not eccentric in some capacity. So
he's just playing a full-on bastard.
Yes, and he does it well. You'll like The Voyage Home is a lot of fun because there's a lot of character dialogue that they take into account. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that kind of carries on into 5, but 5 is awful. Okay. William Shatner directed it.
Okay.
So, and 6 is one of my favorites because it's a great swan song. Let's put it that way, to cap the series.
Okay.
So, it has all of those. It has a good plot. It has a good story. It has, it actually has a little bit of political machinations in it too.
I always love that shit.
Yeah. And there's a lot of parallelisms to the time that they did that film, because it was the fall of the Soviet Union when that film came out. So that takes they take that into account. So because have you noticed, at least back then, there was always the Federation was always considered like the United States, and the Klingons were considered like Russia.
Is that what they? Okay, all right.
That's where that came into play. They kind of got away from that when they started doing Next Generation and things, but back then that was that was kind of the underlying driving component to the rivalry. So. But yeah, good stuff there. Lots of good stuff. Like I said, the odd ones kind of suck, but 3 is the best one of the odd ones. I still can't wrap my head around 1, and 5 is just so weak that the only reason why I'm even mentioning it is because you got to watch it. You want to watch it just for the series. So
okay.
But it's kind of like the Phantom Menace of Star Wars.
Okay.
What 5 is. So. But the Final Frontier.
I am looking forward to finding out.
Yes.
Firsthand. For myself.
And I would almost challenge you to take a look at the original series itself, but that might be a little bit hard to digest.
I've seen the old one before, so it wouldn't be new. I haven't seen
TV
it all.
Series?
Yeah, I've seen old episodes before.
Okay.
So like I haven't watched it all, but like I
Right,
don't think
neither
you
have I.
need to see it all. Like
Yeah.
I've seen, you know, at least a dozen, if not like 20 or so, like over the years. So
I think there's one in particular that you should see if you haven't. I can't remember the name of it. The City on the Edge of Forever is a really it won an Emmy, I believe.
oh, okay.
It's a really good, interesting story, and has a very bittersweet ending to it.
Oh.
So it was the season finale of the first season, I believe.
Okay.
That one's a good. If there's one episode I would recommend you watching, I haven't seen it all either, but my own research, I would recommend watching that specific episode because it gets very interesting with the circumstances that surround what takes place.
Okay.
So, anyways,
yeah.
So you pulled my chain. I'm sorry. I got on a soapbox.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's all right. The only thing else I had to mention was that I got back into playing Final Fantasy 16 in my free time because I still haven't finished that fucking thing, and it's not a negative. It just the video game advertisements. That's what us sarcastic people call the video game awards because all it seems to do is advertise new stuff. Anyway, they revealed 2 new DLCs for it.
Yep, I heard about that.
So I bought the one that's already out. I bought pre-ordered them both. I ordered them both basically, but I got the one that's out now. And I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna fucking play this thing and finish it. I was reminded that it's a good game and Clive is a cool enough character, and that if I had to name anything that hurts it for me, and I'm not going to get into this too deep because hopefully we play it for the show someday, it's just that it's a solo story. Like most of the game is pretty solo. There's a couple ensemble moments when you're running with a crew, but the game doesn't give you like a big cast of characters. Like I usually think of Final Fantasy games as like I said before, it's an ensemble. Yeah, even if the main character or some of the other characters aren't your cup of tea, there's at least 1 or 2 characters who you really grasp onto and you really love.
Sure.
And the games that I don't have somebody to love or really care about their story suffer. It's kind of like Final Fantasy IX is a spectacular game, one of the best in the entire series, but I don't care about any of those characters. And it hurts it in my eyes. So like outside of being a really good game and everybody being vaguely likable, I just don't care about anybody's story deeply. And I kind of get in that vibe with 16 right now, where you're mostly the entire game is just Clive and his fucking dog, and you beat up monsters and you're going on a revenge quest, and occasionally another character will join in, and there's a brief period of time where there is a really likable guy who's in your party, but he's not like he doesn't stay with you the whole game. So like without somebody like that I enjoy being around and playing with, it hurts the experience for me to like want to continue on. But the story's really good. Like I'm reminded of, I don't know why I stopped playing it last time. I have no idea. I assume maybe something else came out and distracted me. But like I'm definitely going to keep kind of chugging away on it and hopefully finish it before the end of the year here. And yeah, it's a good game. So I'm back in on that.
Good deal. I
am super hyped for Final Fantasy VII again because of the Chapter 2 of the remake coming out in late February, end of the month.
Oh,
so yeah, it's getting closer.
That is a PS5 exclusive at this point.
For the first 3 months, yes, and then it'll come
for the first 3 months. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And I'm almost a little worried. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. on my PC.
You think? I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm concerned. I really don't want to pay for a huge graphics card to make it work. So that's the biggest concern is I know it's going to be heavy on graphics, and I know this machine.
Yeah.
And this machine is it's 2 years old now, so that probably means I'm going to have to get a better graphics card. And
yeah. Ugh.
And those are the same as the cost of the PlayStation 5 itself. So
that is the downside to living that PC master race life, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's something I'll have to stew upon.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure it out in the meantime. You know what we're going to figure out now?
Chrono Trigger?
We're going to talk about fucking Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, like a boss.
But first, we're damn Chocobo.
Are we though?
Like sometimes. It's been a while, quite honestly.
Yes.
Jake!
Woohoo!
We did it.
Did we?
We are damn Chocobo. We are returned.
Yes. After a rather long hiatus. Not an intentional one, mind you.
It never is. It's just, it is what it is. That's anyone who's been listening for a long time knows that occasionally we run through these bouts of like shit happening when life gets in the way. We're grown-ass adults. Shit happens. No apologies.
Yeah.
You get none.
Speaking of things where apologies are deserved, but you're probably not going to get one. Hi, it's Rachel from the future again. And again, that's probably the first time this episode. Either way, there's a lot of annoying clicking here. And I don't know if it's because Jake's doing something stupid or because I'm fucking around with the transformer. Either one is likely. It's a pain in the ass to fix. We're all going to live with it because that's damn Chocobo. I hate having to hear my voice when I edit these because I speak in like 5 different fucking voices in my life depending on who I'm with and what I'm doing. And so I speak a lot like a dude still with Jake, and it drives me up the fucking wall. Either way, let's get back to the episode, and hopefully this bullshit with the clicking ends here real soon. I checked, it does.
Yeah, kids are...
They are a thing. But you know what else is a thing?
Star Trek?
The game Chrono Trigger. Getting us back on track. Last time, when we last played, or talked about it, should we say, on the episode I released super fucking late, we had finished defeating Magus.
Okay.
In a duel. We were how do I want to put it? Our thoughts, opinions, what little information we had on Lavos was thrown for a loop. Just a little bit.
Yep.
Like it's more like we learning that Magus really has little to nothing to do with it. And we were thrown into time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think our focus is starting to shift towards Lavos at this point.
Yeah, dealing with it's about to be way it's kind of been Lavos centric, but before we
didn't have a lot of information to know how to take on.
We were under the impression that if we stopped Magus We stopped Lavos.
And we were
now
wrong.
And we learned we were wrong because he's like, Lavos is already fucking here.
Yeah. He's
And
been
we're
here
like,
for like ages. And it's like,
yeah,
oh,
we're like, oh, okay.
how do we fix this?
Yeah, okay, that's a problem. That's a chink in this. And then we're thrown into the past, and that fucking sucks.
Yep.
And our homeboy,
but we're back with Ayla.
yeah, Ayla. She finds us, nurses us to health, tells us to chill out, tells us that she
what a
did
sweet
not,
gal.
I know. She didn't see any white-haired dudes or silver-haired, whatever they described him as.
Mm-hmm.
Just that like Negus wasn't there when she found us. So during this time, she tells us to just kind of chill out. And while we're chilling,
Like a
she
villain.
takes off and she takes off and handles shit. So
Yeah, because she's the boss. Yep.
And a nearby village is in flames.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's because, if I recall correctly, it's because of the reptites.
Yeah, they attacked a nearby village while we were out, and Ayla took off to fucking throw down.
Yeah, she ain't having it.
So us being the cool people that we are, we take off to meet up and see what the fuck's going on.
Right.
And hope,
the boss kind of, and like not her chief or whatever kind of balks at the idea, if I recall correctly. In it, and but we decided just to follow Ayla because we don't give a damn about authority. So.
Oh yeah, you jumped. Yeah, that was a little bit further ahead than I meant to be. I was still talking about the guy who told us about this situation in the first place. Because when you go in the overworld map, you see a nearby village and there's smoke coming from it, and you run and you enter there, and it's like this place is totally fucking trashed. And that's where you see Ayla speaking with like an elder of this village, and they're just like, they're always talking about fighting and being a badass, but we're not strong. So like, you're strong, but we're not. So like, she's like, fuck you. Like, we can't just lay down.
Right.
Because they were used to just getting bullied, and then she grows up and is like, oh hell no, we're not taking this shit. And
we're
this
not
guy's
gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly. And this old dude's just like, maybe we have to. She's like, fuck you.
Fuck you. You're gonna take it. Yeah. I'll let you take it, but I'm not.
So she's basically like, you're gonna give me a fucking what does she call them?
Pterodactyl or
Yeah, dactyls. They call them dactyls. She's like, you're gonna give me a dactyl, and I'm gonna fly over there and shove my fucking boot up their ass. So basically, you have to chase her down to the nearby dactyl's nest, which we went through that area, I believe, last time we were in this time period. And we catch up to her at like, it's like that place that's like waterfalls and stuff, and you got to work your way up to the top.
It's kind of a pain.
It's a long one. It feels lengthy. Don't yawn. You make me yawn.
My bad.
It is your bad, dude. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm used to being in bed at this point. I'm an old man.
I'm laughing because I was like, I get that. I feel that vibe. This last couple of months has beat me down. I too enjoy going. I am never asleep by this point, but the thought does hit me to maybe go to bed. Anyway, Jacob, we get to the top. We get to the terror. We didn't play through a ton, so because we're just trying to get one of these episodes out before the end of the year anyway. And you get to the top of the I don't know what you want to call it, dungeon area, whatever.
Yep, the tower, the hills, whatever, the mountain.
Yeah, and Ayla is there getting ready to jump on a dactyl and head off to business.
Right.
And we say no.
You're like,
not
wait.
without us.
Yeah, we want to come along.
So, do you remember what happens immediately after this sequence?
No, unfortunately not. I don't
There's
remember this.
There's a cool little animated sequence on our version of the game showing Chrono, Ayla, and then shrouded mysterious figure. And it's only mysterious because they don't know which character is currently in your party, because it can be any one of like 2 or 3 other characters. Yeah, 3 other characters. So they keep that character obscured in shadow, so it shows 3 people flying off into battle. But Ayla has to be there, and you have to be Chrono, so the other character is like random based on the player choice. So they can't just, they didn't want to make that cinematic 3 times. I don't know if you noticed that, but I think it was a clever way to show 3 figures flying off to the next area without. I
was gonna say, I thought they just jumped on them and followed her, but
yeah, they do, but there's like a little sequence, that little animation, the animated like anime like thing. So, but then you get to control your crew on the
dactyls,
on the overworld map,
which is kind of cool.
Can go anywhere.
But there's really not much to see, so.
I imagine that if you are somebody who is like really paying attention and you know all side quest stuff, you probably have some side quest related stuff you know what to do now. We don't, because we're not paying that much attention, I guess. We're not that.
Well, usually the walkthroughs would indicate something along those lines, but then they didn't.
Well, I wasn't following a walkthrough, so I wouldn't know. I'm making assumptions.
Well, you know what that does.
Yeah, it makes an ass out of you.
And me.
It's just you.
No, it's you and me.
Yes, definitely you. So we make it to the reptite lair, and you're not going to believe it.
What am I not going to believe?
It is a castle surrounded, I think it's surrounded by lava and stuff, right? On like a plateau.
Yep. Well, mountain, plateau, it's all relative in that scenario.
I'll show you what's relative. I won't show you.
Okay. Yeah, but it's surrounded by lava and whatnot. It's the Tyranno layer.
Yeah. The first thing that struck me in this area is that as you're entering it, there's like some
big fucking dudes.
Oh yeah, there's big ass dudes, and there's like dino jaws.
Oh yeah,
like blocking, and only one of them's open. So it's like a T-Rex skull, and one's closed and one's open, and you can go through their doorways.
Which, that's a little jarring at first because you don't really equate that. So, yeah.
I think it's a cool, like, immediately upfront telling you where you gotta go. Kind of, if you're paying attention, it's like.
Right.
One way or another, you're coming back, you're dealing with that other door. Whether that means that's how you're leaving this area, or you're flipping some sort of switch, opening that, and continuing through it. Just a level design thing that I think is neat. But like, I don't have a lot to say about this area otherwise. You're dealing with big enemies, and those little like dinosaurs with the big foreheads that are brainy. If I remember correctly, in one of the fights, like the big dudes can throw the little dudes at you.
Oh. Yeah, I think I remember something like that where that occurred.
Yeah. So eventually, though, as you're fighting through here, you will find some of Ayla's crew locked up.
Yep. And there's some like weird alien type foes. Maybe those are the guys you're talking about there.
Yeah, I think those are reptites. Like just. So I think, yeah. So either way, you free your bros, and one of them is a name who's totally escapes me, but he is a guy. I think I have it in my notes because I have a little bit of notes here. Believe it or not.
You do? Holy shit!
Not much. We were almost at the end of my notes already. Kino.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kino. He's like, yo, I'm a weak bitch, but you're not. So like. Way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It kind of fist bumps you.
Kind of. So he unlocks the gate, the other dinosaur head doorway for you. So you can continue further into this dungeon. I think if it hasn't happened already, after this point, you're going to be reaching these parts where you can like set traps for the enemies. Which is always neat, where like you hit the right switch and it'll open a hole in the floor and the enemies will drop through and then you don't have to fight them.
Yeah. Yep.
So who doesn't like that? Everybody likes that.
Yeah, they all like that.
Yeah. I did not mention it earlier, but it was probably worth mentioning that there is no purpose, no point in going to the end of time when you get Ayla, because your knee-jerk response is going to be, I want to get her magic.
Right.
But she can't get magic because she's before the time of magic or some such bullshit like that.
Oh. Yeah, I think I remember
So she has abilities, but she doesn't have magic. So the trainer guy, Seppico, is that
yeah.
I don't know, something like that
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, some random fucker. That guy,
Mm-hmm.
he can't grant her magic. So
Well, that's disappointing.
I mean, it is, but also she's tough as fuck. Like, she doesn't need that shit.
Right. She don't need no magic.
How dare you insult her and suggest that she needs that fairy bullshit? She is cool. I mean, eventually you work your way through here and you get to dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I know you know his name.
I do.
I'd hope so.
Nisbil,
yeah. After you get through probably one of the more obnoxious areas where there's like the floor keeps changing on you, like as you flip switches. It's like a little maze thingy. It's fine. Either way, but yes, Nisbil, I think is his name, as you said.
Yep. And he's just a little bit bigger pain in the ass than he was the first time around, just because he has increased speed. So.
Yeah, like he's tougher than he was. I like how at first you can just go by him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ask him a question and they're like, she's just through here. Go on.
Right.
And so you're like, cool, all right, thanks. I'm gonna go on.
Yep.
There's a save point right there, and you can go hit the save point and then continue on. He's like, hold up. Like, you didn't think I was just flexing here for no reason, did you? Like,
yeah.
We're gonna
I'm waiting for your ass. I'm just letting you get your bearings. So we gonna throw down here.
Like it's funny. Like I really like that it plays out like that.
Gotcha.
It's just funny. I just like that. I don't know. Is it a big deal? No, I just think it's funny.
I think it is a big deal. I think you think it's a big deal. In fact, I know you think it's a big deal.
It is the biggest fucking deal ever, Jake. Oh my god. He's annoying, but I remember being more challenged by him. I think just because you know what to do this time. He powers up. His defense increases whenever you attack him.
Yep.
But
Gabe hasn't really changed too much, except that he's gotten faster.
Yeah, so. And well, he also his defense is lowered by electric shock. Yep.
So the strategy hasn't really changed. It's just
it's the same fight.
So,
so like I don't know, he's got nice dino abs, but that's not going to save him from an ass whooping, which of course leads us to the real fucking deal.
After a few more switches and things.
Yeah, Azala, who is a nasty bitch as always.
Yeah.
Like I actually read when I was doing notes for the show, I think Azala is supposed to be a lady, but it's hard to tell. It's just a dino person, but
she sits on a big Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay.
Yeah, it is a cool fight between her and a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex. She like runs out and jumps on it. What's it called? Do you remember the name of it? It's like Black Tyranno or something.
Yep,
yeah,
Black Tyranno. Yep.
It's literally a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex with like armor and stuff on it. Yep. And
totally badass.
Do you remember the strategy for dealing with this motherfucker? It is a nasty
it was
fight,
like
but not like
it's
more
a two-part fight.
Yeah, it's epic, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
A little bit. I mean, it's a hard-hitting fight, and it does challenge you. But you're taking down Azala, and then you take down the Tyranno. You just have to be careful about, like, I think it's physical attacks. I believe it is. because it's kind of a pain in the because his defense is pretty high.
But
It's
it drops after like you take out a Zala or something like that.
right.
I think.
And one of the things that you wanted to have was like fire rings, I believe it was, because he's primary fire based. Oh, excuse me, ruby vests.
Okay, yeah, the things that absorb fire.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because the fire can really mess you up quick. It can his attacks can vary from 100 to 300 HP or 300 damage. So
Now, Black Tyranno does a countdown after you get a Zala, and that's when it's weak, and that's when you can unload.
Right.
So it's basically stay topped off when you get a Zala down, and then top yourself off, unload into it as hard as you can while it's doing the countdown.
And it's no joke. I mean, he's got 10,000 HP. So,
but like when you're doing like some pretty ferocious combos, like you should be doing good.
Yeah. And I think this is where like some of the attacks that you have, I mean, they're doing over 1,000 points worth of damage. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm cracking 1,000 yet.
I'm pretty close at this point. I know it's there was some of the stuff I was hitting was right up there. So
yeah, and when you finally defeat the Black Tyranno who disappears head first, Azala just crawls out and is just like,
meh.
Could the heavens truly have sided with the apes?
Give me a break.
Let it be known we fought proudly to the end. And at first she seems really fucking bitter. But there's also like this respect that like Ayla's like, yeah, I know. Like I respect that you went down swinging. And just then there's like flashing in the sky, and then we see the end of the Age of the Dinosaurs.
Oh shit.
And
dinosaurs go bye-bye.
Oh, because it's when the meteor hits, or
right.
what our science says is a meteor, but we learn in this world, in this version of Gaia or Earth or whatever they call it, Lavos hits.
Yeah. Arrives.
It's the thing that causes the great calamity that ends the time of the dinosaurs. And you get this like old school 16-bit animatic of the spiky meteor hurtling towards the planet and smashing, which is badass. It's super fucking cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kind of nifty and interesting. So. And
you guys are about to jump on your. And also explains a people word. La means fire. Vos means big.
Yeah, so big fire.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that the word lasted that long. You jump, your boy flies up, Kino flies up with the dactyls, and you can escape. You even offer to take what's her name? The Dino Queen.
Ayla?
Ayla's your girl, the evil, the dinosaur lady.
Azalea,
yeah, and they're like, come on, Azalea, and it's like, nah, this is it. You know, our time is done.
Not having it.
Yeah, it's like she's basically given up. But I do like how there's like this dying word. You know, like don't. Like Ayla's like, I won't forget, and then Azalea's like, take care of this world. Yeah. And you're like, oh, dramatic.
Yep.
And you escape just in time for this place to get fucking leveled.
World gets destroyed here, yeah.
Yeah, at least that area does. I like that it also leads to this like conversation between you and your dudes, and you're like, all right, here we go. We got to do this. We got to
we
take
gotta
it out.
take him down.
We got to do it now. This is its weakest. If we're gonna do this, we got to do it now. So let's fucking go. Let's fucking do it.
Let's beat its ass.
And it's the revelation that this is how Lavos got here. Because we came here with our original thought that it was because of Magus summoned it, and being like, well, where did it come from? And now it's just, what a convenient answer.
Right.
So team decides to jump in, team decides to throw down, beat it before it burrows into the earth. And y'all decide to do so, but it doesn't matter because it's already gone. It's already deep under earth that fast, but it left behind a portal.
Ooh, a portal. Where does that lead, Rachel?
I know. I wonder where, Jake. Where does it lead?
Where does it lead?
Only time will tell, and by time we of course mean time travel by jumping into it.
And it leads us to the future.
12,000 BC. So it's not the furthest future we've seen.
Right. But it's definitely further than we've been in the, It's further than Chrono's present.
Mm-hmm. And the Earth has clearly started going to shit because when you first get there, everything's a frozen wasteland.
You're like, what the hell? So
but you find this technological shit that can warp you higher.
Yep.
And it's like portal. These weird portals. And I like how they render this tech. It's mystical almost in how it's represented. It's still high tech, but it has that magic sort of they're like sigils and stuff. It's a weird blending of fantasy and sci-fi that's just really cool and unique.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think you that.
I dig it. I dig it quite a bit. But yeah, you kind of jump in a couple portals and you get to it this
sky world type.
Yeah. Thing. And it's interesting how there's these guys who Zeal. This is in Hasha, the city of Zeal, or a city of Zeal, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's all these people just studying magic.
Yeah, a lot of.
So everyone is talking about how much they worship magic. They worship their queen because the king has died, and that they're rapidly advancing. I remember you talked to one person, they mentioned how only magic people are here, and the people without magic are stuck on the earth, down below in the frozen.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
it sounds familiar. Final Fantasy 12.
Kinda. It's just a random.
13.
Yeah, it's just a thing that a random person tells you. It's interesting how you could just kind of bumble your way forward here. Or you can kind of, it's worth talking to everybody here because it's lots of world building. There's an airship here. You learn Melchior or something, the guy who made your sword. He's from here.
Oh.
They talk about him. He's helped develop tech here. When you explore a little more, you'll find that they've imprisoned Lavos and are using him for their magic. They're siphoning magic from Lavos. I keep referring to it with male pronouns, but I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
which is interesting. I mean, they're going to get revenge on these people eventually, but
yeah, whatever this force, it just seems like a bad. Once you learn that, when you see what they call the Mammon machine, with it's this beam of light that it's trapped within in the center of the room. Yeah, it's just, you just see that and you're like, this is gonna be bad. This can't be good for anyone.
This was a bad idea all the way around. Exactly. I do like the cities, how they're broken down. It's almost like a conglomerate of books and machinery, or Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Everyone's wearing like robes and shit.
Hmm.
And eventually, while you're wandering around, you meet this little boy who's got a cat following it, who later you'll learn is, I believe, Janice.
Yep. So I don't know a lot about Janice yet.
Not yet. You will.
I will, huh?
Oh, you will. Trying to remember the queen's name.
It doesn't matter what her name is.
It doesn't. Either way, you wander around a bunch. There's cool shit. It's threatening. You can try to get on the airship, but there's dudes who are like, nope.
You're not getting on the airship, not without the queen's permission or some shit.
Exactly.
Somebody. But you can hop from island to island a little bit in the sky world, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. You try to get on the airship, and some guy shows up and is like, based on your clothes, you must be the people that the prophet said would be coming.
So someone's foretold us that we were coming?
Us coming? Yeah, somebody.
So someone already threw. So much for trying to take advantage of the situation and, get the element of surprise.
Not that you even know, why you would need the element of surprise, but.
Oh, I just don't like somebody telling me that I'm coming someplace because that means they already maybe make some false impressions.
Yeah, there's that's also true. Here you can also meet the guy who's who makes the stat boost capsules and snatch a couple. I think you snatch a couple from him, but the speed boost and power boost and stuff. Yawn.
Yep.
So it's just neat. Just all the backstory and stuff. I forgot that there's a hidden black crystal you can get here that teaches you a triple tech that you can't use yet.
Oh.
I forgot all about that, but I do remember getting it. It's valuable-ish. But I think to continue the story, you have to follow Janus to his sisters. Is it? I think. I'm going to skip forward on my notes here real quick. And by notes, I mean the video that I'm skipping.
I know you had to manipulate the books. I remember that much.
Do you remember? Shayla. Yeah. That's a brother. The little boy with the cat is Janice talking to his sister Shayla. They talk about how the queen is not acting herself. It might be their mother on the outside, but on the inside something has fundamentally changed about them. And Janice doesn't trust her, but Shayla kind of has to do as she's told. So
right.
And then the queen summons her, and so she's got to be on her way. So, that's kind of your. I think that's your game's hint that you should follow her
and see what's up.
Yeah. But you see her use, those black doors we've been seeing everywhere?
With little black doors. You mean the black treasure chests?
Yeah, and then there's the ones that have weird spiky symbols on them.
Mm-hmm.
She uses her necklace to get through there, and somebody comments on how Shayla's got a pendant who looks just Shayla's pendant she uses to unlock that black door, that sealed black door, looks exactly like the one that you guys have from
I don't remember where we got it from. The princess?
The princess. It's hers. Somebody comments on how it looks just like it. So then they mention how when you commune with the Mammon machine, it glows with red energy. So you basically go back to the Mammon machine. It powers up your pendant, and you can use that to unlock these gates. Which is your tip that now you can go back in the past and unlock all these gates, chests that you previously couldn't open.
Yay!
After you go back to that situation and energize the thing, and you head back then to the queen's room, and as soon as you go in, the queen's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
And get the fuck out. What authorizes you to come be in here?
And the prophet is there, and it's like, "This is the motherfuckers I told you about." And so you're immediately thrust into battle with a nasty fella.
He goes by the name of Golem.
Or that's just what it's described as in game. I don't know if somebody actually says, no, his name's Golem. He's Golem the Third.
Well, he's referred to in the walkthrough as Golem too. So.
Yeah. So either way, this is a fight that you can win, but it doesn't really matter. It's more of a one of those. It's one of those battles you're supposed to lose, basically. So it kicks your ass, and you get imprisoned
again.
Which leads to a sequence where you are floating imprisoned in a energy beam, kind of like Lavos was. And Shayla and Janice are kind of like talking to each other in front of you, and they decide to kind of set you free in hopes that you can help free Melchior, the guy whose name we never say right.
Right. Yeah. The builder of the Mazimu.
Yes, that guy. They want your help. He's been sent to the Mountain of Woe for opposing their mom, and they need your help to rescue him. And that's when the prophet shows up, and he's like, "I've had enough of your meddling.
To hell with you." And
now, this character, while you don't get a good look at them, is somebody.
Say, really?
He's who knows who we are.
It's somebody that knows who we are, huh?
I feel like you could, if you think really hard, you could probably figure out who the prophet actually is. So, but I'll save that.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil it for me.
Yeah, I didn't notice at first either, but when it's revealed, it's like, oh. Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna fucking wreck your day, and then he's like, you know what? Actually, I'll make a deal with you. Show me how you fucking got here, and then I'll let you go. So you take him.
The idiots that we are.
Yeah. So you take him to the portal that you came here through. And then he's like, all right, cool. You guys jump through that. And then Shayla, you're going to seal this. So nobody can come through this fucking gate again.
It's like, what the? Yeah.
She doesn't want to do it, but she's kind of compelled to. Yeah. So.
And now we're back. You're back at the... trying to think of back in what the hell is it called?
What is it called, dude?
I don't know where we're at.
You don't know where we're at?
I don't know where we're at anymore.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I don't remember seeing this.
You know what? Here, let me open up this real quick.
I think this is where it ended.
The future, the far future.
Yep.
So we saved after this and stopped. But yes, we are in the or no, we're not in the far future. It reminds us after this point that we end up back in the past in Ayla's time at the gate that we went there in the first place, and it's sealed shut with like the red pinkish pyramid energy, and the game reminds us about the other black doors and chests. So it's basically telling you, hey, you've seen these before. You've at least seen one in the future, in the apocalyptic future. So maybe go there to continue the story is basically the game's end. So we're going to, and
like a boss,
and fucking figure out what the hell is going on in that time, because I think that's clearly where we're going to want to go back to.
Yeah, because they don't want us to go there. So exactly. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want us there, why not? Also, you guys are way too close to Lavos, and that doesn't make us comfortable. And we still need to figure out a way to stop Lavos. and find Magus.
Ooh, that's
So
a lot of work yet.
it is a lot of work yet. And yeah, so but we're gonna play to the end of the game for the next episode.
Wow, that's a bold
Yeah.
statement.
So we're gonna play to the end of the game and do all the side quests. So
All of them? We
Why
have to
not?
do
Well,
all of them?
if you want to, you can do as much as you want, Jake.
Don't
Do
tell
whatever
me
you
how to live
want
my
to.
life.
Do whatever you want.
I can have whatever I like, huh?
Well, within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah. If there's another person involved, then it needs to be, consensual.
Fair
No,
enough.
you said they said what I could have whatever I wanted. Tell that to the cops.
And even then, I don't think it's gonna fly.
I know. They arrest you in the middle of a cake shop in the middle of the night.
A cake shop.
I just decided a cake shop. It'd be funny.
Oh yeah, that was just scarfing down cake.
Just fucking surrounded by half-eaten cakes.
Yeah, just like freaking like icings everywhere.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
You're just sitting on your ass with a cake in between your legs.
I would love it. Just like, I love their shit
You're
so
just
much.
covered in the shit too.
Oh my god.
Like a toddler.
Yes. Literally, you're not even using forks. You're just using your fists.
Fuck forks. Fuck that. No. Just freaking
Fondant everywhere.
Yeah, it's like pie
I'm not
eating
eating it.
contest.
Yeah, it's just you're in a fucking nearly in a sugar coma. What the fuck are you doing here? Cops have their guns drawn because the only person who would do this is somebody who's dangerous. You're just like, Rachel said I could do whatever I want.
Yeah, they're just like high on weed or something.
I don't know.
I had a hankering for cake.
Like, what kind of drug led this idiot to do this? And they're like, no drug, just Rachel. Okay.
I was hungry.
Bust out the white jackets. Yeah, this game is great, and I can't wait to finish it. In the meantime, before then, we're going to do our holiday year-end special here sometime soon. Yes. Jacob, what game are we going to be doing for that?
We are going to do, is it Lego Fortnite?
Lego, yeah, the new Lego edition in Fortnite, which is basically like Lego Minecraft. So, yeah, that'll be a really fun one to talk through and talk about our top 10s of the year.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, that's always like the funnest part for me.
For you, maybe.
1 through 10 is my delightful cat who's in my lap.
Well, maybe we'll fight one of those big monsters in Lego
finally
Fortnite.
You're going to have the courage to do that, huh? Oh, good.
No, there's no courage. The courage has nothing to do with it. I think it's going to be a good showing because we're going to run around with our hair on fire. So
I think I'm ready to go in and kick its ass. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
No fear, motherfucker. No fear.
You're a funny fucker. You know
no guts, no glory, they say. Jacob.
All right.
I have no further thoughts on Chrono Trigger for now, saving some for the next episode. Sure. If people want to tell us how great of a job we did because we're truly magnificent.
Yes, we are champions of this shit.
How would they do that?
They would email us at damnchocobo@gmail.com.
gmail.com. Or at damnchocobo on the various social media sites.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just pick one, and you can, we'll more likely be on it. So.
Exactly, in some form or another. Please, if you're going to do it on Instagram, please tell me you're a listener of the show so I know you're not just some creepy guy. Please. There's so many.
I'm some creepy guy. So.
That's true, but you're not trying to get in my pants.
Oh, no, I'm not. That's fair. So. All right.
You have yet to tell me I'm the best of both worlds. And I'm like, that's gross. Stop it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. 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 Correct response.
So
Did I tell you about the guy who suckered me?
I think you mentioned him.
Who he had Gundam in his name. And I was like, ooh, this guy wants to talk about Gundam.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's talk about Gundam. And so we talk about Gundam, and then he's like, has anyone ever told you you're fucking gorgeous? And I'm like, awkwardly, yes, actually. That's not the direction I thought this was gonna go.
We were gonna talk about Gundams, motherfucker, not me.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna talk about robots, not my tits. Like, please,
yeah.
Let's go back to the robot.
Welcome to being a woman.
It's so eye-opening, my friend. It is so eye-opening. I can't even imagine what all the super hot ones have to go through. I assume they just don't even look at their stuff.
Yeah. I mean, throw a stone for them.
So yeah, that's it. I got nothing else.
Yep.
I got a lot else, but I will save that for another time. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
But also, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
There you go.
If you think I'm stupid now, you should see me when I'm high. And I'm smarter than I look. I'm the dumbest girl alive. I took 10 pills today. I got bruises on my thighs. Plus I gave away my brain. I'm the dumbest girl alive. I got lightning in my veins. Walk around like Frankenstein. I did science on my face. I'm the dumbest girl alive. Never ask me what I think. Don't know why you even try. Cause I always get it wrong. I'm the dumbest girl alive. Money coming from my mouth. Money coming from my eyes. And I keep on losing count. I'm the dumbest girl alive. And I'm picking up the pace. I'm so happy I could die. Put emojis on my grave. I'm the dumbest girl alive. And that feels so dangerous. But you say I'm doing fine now. Guess that's how it goes. I'm the dumbest girl alive.
Jacob, what is your dedication for this episode?
I'm gonna, the fun-loving, Nisbel that you have to fight twice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think he, granted, yes, he was a little bit tougher with the speed, but I find him a little bit annoying. Just because I had to fight him twice. I don't think there's a real reason for that.
It's one of those ones where like, oh, you didn't learn your lesson the first time,
right? It's like,
and you're like, what? Did you? And you didn't even really learn any new tricks.
Yeah, it's like Ultros in Final Fantasy VI. You fight him like 5 different times in that damn game, and he never learns. He just doesn't leave you alone.
It's just like, how many ass whoopings do you legitimately need? In this case, though, I think we can safely assume this dude's probably dead.
I hope so, yeah.
Unless his abs can protect him from the explosion of lava smashing into their fucking palace. I think that dude is fucking red mist.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not like Ducky from 16 Candles. That would be bad. He can't take a hint. He just doesn't say no.
Listen.
He doesn't. No doesn't mean try harder.
Hopefully not. That's the people that I have to deal with on Instagram. So
yeah.
This guy hopefully definitely takes the hint to stay dead or stay the fuck away.
Yeah. But no, we don't have time for you. You're annoying.
The next time we see you, we're gonna remove your fucking head. Like,
yes. You're just gonna dissect your abs.
Yes, I'm literally gonna wear your abs like a fucking mask. Send them to your mother.
Word to your mother.
Dumbass dinosaur. Yes, word ass to your mother. Jacob.
Yes.
Do you have any last things? No. Oh. I want to let you go because I know it's late and we're doing a good job of making this a brisk, on point episode. However, where you at with WWE?
Right now, I am getting towards the end of the year 2000. I think I just watched Survivor Series.
What notably happened? It's like the main feud.
It was the big search for the person that ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay. And Triple H finally owned up to it, even though like Rikishi tried to throw the Rock under the bus, which I don't understand. Because Rikishi was claiming that he ran over the Stone Cold, but he said that he did it for the Rock. Which I can't, I don't get. It doesn't make any sense. And then out of nowhere, Triple H says, and it makes more sense that Triple H did it, but why is Rikishi still holding on to this weak storyline?
That's weird. That's so weird.
So, well, The Rock was like, well, this is bullshit. You tried to throw me under the bus. I'm going to fuck you over. And Rikishi was like, oh, yeah, motherfucker? Well, I'm going to take you down, too. And so, like, now those two are feuding against each other.
Well, that can't end well for Rikishi.
Yeah. So, I don't know. As much as
Rikishi is enjoyable, he is not, like, in The Rock's level.
No, he's a mid-card, and he always has been. But it's just a little weird in that capacity.
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah. So
that's one of the best things about watching like old wrestling is because like you'll see like the storylines that did not hit, and you'll be like, oh my god,
right?
Why did they do this?
Yeah. There was, and Right to Censor has now finally kind of been is a force to be reckoned with. Because they just added Ivory finally.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Ivory was the last member, if I recall correctly.
Is who is that full lineup then at this point?
So Steven Richards, Bull Buchanan, The Good Father, Val Venus,
and Good Father and Val Venus were the ones that I remembered.
Yep, so. And then Ivory was on there. So,
yeah.
But yeah. Because Val Venus wears white pants. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't understand. And they refer to Steven Richards as White Sox sometimes.
I don't know. I don't get it.
So Right to Censor is kind of annoying.
That's a fact.
But Stone Cold's finally made some appearances. Him and Triple H are going at it a little bit. I think there was another angle with Austin. Angle and Undertaker were kind of feuding a little bit, which was that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. No,
American Badass versus Olympic Hero, and yeah.
I think they're trying to build up Angle because he's not like. Is Angle being treated like a top tier guy yet?
Well, he's the first wrestler to get like all the belts in 1 year.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's been climbing quick.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's starting to feud. Like he had this big feud with Triple H because Stephanie was in his corner, and I think that really fed into things a little bit. And I that's where I'm at this point. I think the last thing I recall seeing was Angle beat Taker because of some sort of stupid intervention. Oh no, Angle beat Taker because, and this was stupid as all get out, but Angle was running from Taker and ran underneath the ring, and Taker pulled him out, slapped him around a bit, made some moves, threw him in the ring. I think did the last ride against him and pinned him, but it was a decoy. It wasn't
actually Kurt.
It was the referee counted to 2 and then noticed that it wasn't Angle. So and then Angle popped out on the other side of the ring to put down Taker and won. Which, like I said, I thought that was really dumb.
That's a really dumb.
Yeah.
That's suggesting that Kurt Angle was assuming he was going to lose the whole time and had a guy hide under the ring so that guy could get beat up for him. That's dumb.
Yeah, it is. So, that one really kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
And they occasionally get real dumb, dude. That's part of the charm of wrestling.
Well, I understand that. I mean, some of that
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is really stupid. Yes, I will
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree. But there's just some maneuverings that it's just no. No, don't do this. It was like Mae Young. Why are you trouncing that
No.
80-year-old woman or 60-year-old woman out there? Okay.
No, she's got to be older than that, right?
I don't know. She's
She's
old.
ancient. She's ancient.
And then,
She's crypt keeper old.
yeah. And then they were saying like it was like last year around this time, so they were saying she was pregnant.
Oh, God. Was that when she gave birth to a hand?
Yes. Yes.
God damn it. Why do I remember that shit?
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness
Let me just say-
gracious. And she was in bed with Mark Henry, and
I remember that, yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
God.
no. Like I said, some of these things I think they're just Vince's private joke.
It is. It is. You know, he's just okay. She was born in 1923, so she would be 77 by that
Wow.
point. Yeah.
It's just stupid shit like that that just doesn't compute.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the American Badass and Angle, if they would have made Angle such a pussy in it, like making him run away from Taker, that was kind of dumb, because he's the only wrestler I've ever seen that actually like legitimately did everything he could to try to keep from wrestling Taker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least the other guys, they would they own up to it and just try to wrestle and lose or whatever. But he just like every evasion tactic that he could possibly think of to get away from Taker. It's like, really? I mean, I understand that you're playing a heel. I get that. But at least, how do you own up to your persona, your moniker, if you're running away? So. But.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just, somebody has to be the heel. And that is
Yes.
some heel shit. So.
It is. But when you're an Olympic hero, so to speak, that's your angle. Like, no pun intended.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah. They don't run away. I mean, sure, you could, make them cheat. You can let them play dirty. You can do those things, but don't make them run away. So, but
it's a rough call. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, but that's where I'm at in WWE right now.
Well, it's badass, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taker Angle just ran away from Taker and took him down with a decoy. So, since you asked.
I'm glad I did. I got nothing else to add. I'm excited to hear where you are the next time we talk.
Sure.
Yeah. So
all right. Until then.
Yeah. Have a badass time. Yeah.
Period. Yes.
Yeah. Holiday. Have a lovely holiday, Jake.
You do the same.
Thank you so much.
Yes, no problem. That's what I do.